I don't think I can think of many places I'd rather be less than in a hot car with Trace.
With the windows up as well. Like, that's
Yeah,
rough.
just cooking inside there. But that was a lot of fun. Shout out to those guys. Thank you very much for that. I'm sure we'll have more of that as the tournament develops. But here we are with the third and final map between Team Liquid and Astralis. And this one has been building up this series. The second map, a bit of a blowout. Okay, a massive blowout. We're not going to kind of pull that on it too thick or anything like that. It was disappointing. Liquid couldn't really do much of it. 16-3, as you can see. They put up great numbers on Mirage, and this is what Sean has been saying. If they could get the cash, there's a real chance Liquid could do this.
Well, absolutely. I mean, now we go through into cash, and there's so many question marks. Astralis not necessarily known for their amazing prowess on this map. Liquid coming in, do you think this favors Liquid then? Are we going to see Liquid potentially take this whole series?
I think on cash, I would say I would give it to them 60-40.
Okay.
So I would say I'm quietly confident Team Liquid could do it. I still feel like Astralis are the better team overall, but this particular map, it's probably the last place they want to be. So I haven't casted their cash in a while. I'll say that much. This is me talking about maybe 6 months ago, the last time I cast them on it. So I'm interested to see what both parties bring. Obviously, Astralis has been putting in work on this map. They wouldn't have left it in otherwise, but it should be a great finish. It always is, like I said before we went to the break. Series are always remembered by their epic third maps. So hopefully we get that, Vince, and we'll have a look at how this one's setting up. Ladies and gentlemen, we're Astralis on the CT side, and it's going to be Team Liquid on the T side. I was about to build it up a bit too much. I thought that was going live. It's not. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Lucky we weren't in the stadium, because that could have got very awkward very quickly.
It's been a long day, Henry.
Yeah, it has. We've seen all 6 maps in our 2 best of 3s. It's getting late in the evening. What time is it?
It is 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock in the evening. All right, well, we might make last orders yet. We will see. It will be the winner of this game going towards the quarterfinals of playoffs, where everyone wants to be. Loser's not out, of course. They'll get another chance tomorrow to fight off whoever else in the lower bracket, and so you'll be taking the last couple of slots remaining. But yeah, it's going to be a sigh of relief if you don't have to do much tomorrow, if you can win this game and not have the back end.
I believe the loser of this plays Gambit tomorrow.
Okay, you've got the information. You've done your homework.
The thing is, I'm relying on my memory, and I literally have the worst memory in the world. So I probably remembered that wrong.
Well, it sounds about right to me, Vince. So we'll see how this one develops. We'll focus on this game for now.
Right, that's a good idea.
We'll let the analysts break that one down for us afterwards. I'm sure they're waiting in the doldrums to break all that information down and tell you what kind of excitement you can get ready to see tomorrow. We already have a couple of teams in the semi-finals, of course. And looks like this one might take a little while yet. They are seeing players to disconnect. That's device just left the server. And we'll see if we can get underway. It looks like device might be having slight issues. Talking about bot device. Is he referring to himself in third person? Bot device. What does it matter? Okay.
I don't even understand that bind.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. I did speak to him earlier about this game, and he seemed like, as you'd expect, super chill, super laid back, just like, yeah, dude, we'll go with the flow, it'll be fine.
It's all gonna be fine.
After that overpass performance, I believe him.
Yeah, that's the Astralis we saw open up when we first casted them, right? They looked very strong and didn't look like much was going to get past them. I would say the same with that overpass performance. I wouldn't be touching them on that map if I had to meet them further along in the tournament. But yes, we are ready to get into this one. Finally, we'll see whether this will be an exciting finish or another blowout. Hopefully the former. That's what we all want. As we'll get ready here, we'll see whether Liquid can put up a bit of a fight this time. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This time, we are live. I promise. Team Astralis versus Team Liquid. T-side start for the North American squad. They've got smokes, flashbangs, molotovs, HE grenades, and from what I can see, they'll be heading towards the A side of the map. 3 players towards that door, maybe boosting one up, not quite. They could still do that. It's quite nice to see 1 player boosted just to have options and towards the latter stages of the round. So Lige doesn't look like he'll be committing. He has got a smoke for connector if he wanted to throw that. Let's keep players interested towards that side of the map. And for now, Astralis wait. They have got heavy presence inside A. No retake this time.
Yeah, and no kits. They pretty much have to go for this. At this point, Molotoving out forklift. just turning his back to make sure Flashbang was greeting him, and Device is going to tee off on one. Not able to get a second, and Glaive and Magisk, though, have his back covered. They're going to rhyme through some kills of their own. Magisk for another one. And the chances of this pistol round have been scattered in the wind. Astralis pick it up.
Well, you can see the approach from Team Liquid. Trying to drop the smoke all the way from outside the bomb site, lands towards short, and then flash in and try and bunny hop out of the door. It seemed it was very pretty in that sense, but first 2 kills came in favor of Astralis. At least tried to backstab from middle, shut down pretty quickly, no plant coming in. And I like this from Team Liquid, don't overcommit in the second round. Let's get Deagles out. I always say this, I'm sure people who listen to a lot of my casting getting bored of it now. If you get a 1-deek someone, Vince, it's like you're not going to take any damage for it. It's called a 1-deek for a reason, right? So getting armor isn't necessarily required to win one of these rounds with just Deagles. If you get a 1-deek someone, it'll be very quick and fast.
It's kind of the same premise as an AWP, a glass cannon AWP. If
Sure.
you're going to get a kill, you're probably not going to care if you get tagged a couple of times.
Yeah.
That being said, though, unfortunately, Kevlar or not, Liege has been smashed in the head by the FAMAS Device. Glaive goes in with a headshot of his own. And suddenly Nitro, the only player still alive in round 2. The terrorist, but not for much longer. Astralis have put him down. Very similar start to what we saw on Overpass. But it's really going to be when we get into the rifle rounds, the business end, that things are going to get interesting, or at least we hope they will.
We'll see. There's Nitro. Currently down 2-0. Should be the full eco now from Team Liquid. Final map of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, tell your friends, your family, maybe bring your pets as well. Let's get everyone involved. It's the second day here at DreamHack Masters Marseille. Still got one French team with us. That's Envious. Hopefully we'll see them make it all the way to the arena. That'll be a lot of fun. But for now, his Zipex mowing them down with the MP9. That's money in the bag. Bomb down, and Nitro and Nafly run away with the tail between the legs. Nothing they can really do here, Vince. I think that might be it.
Zipex in the blink of an eye, just shy of $5,000. He doesn't mind that at all. Dupree's going to try and finish off the full house of frags with his MP9. Not going to happen, though. It just takes it away from him with the M4. Run out of bullets anyway. Astralis 3-0, but here is the first true test. Liquid will have full AK-47s.
Yes, remember they got no armor on that second round. So they actually have all the grenades, they have the AKs, the armor. I think they could have brought out the AWP if they really wanted to, but it would have been that glass cannon, so that's fine. And we'll see them go into round number 4 here. We've talked about the bonus before in this series. I'm not going to do it again. But as you can see, the SMGs out there. Great chance for Astralis to really dig deep in terms of their finances and get a great start here. They certainly got that on the second map, but that's all the pistols, I think, now going in favor of Astralis. I think that's 4-4.
You may very well be correct.
Sorry,
on that.
5-5, yeah.
I'm trying to think of a liquid pistol. I can't remember one, so yeah, I think that might be spot on. Always going to put you on the back foot. They do have the superior firepower in terms of this round, though, with their AK-47. Still 2 MP9s in play, one of which is in the hands of Zipex, who's playing up close. Potential boost in the works for Astralis if they so choose. Try and sneakily get their way around the terrorists that may be into A main, but Liquid want to make sure that's not going to happen. They're going to boost a player or two of their own up there. Zipex is going to hear the footsteps, see the trajectory of where the grenades are coming from, and know this player's up there, and he decides to push into Garage. Unfortunately, though, he's going to be greeted by Nafly. AK will triumph over the MP9.
This is not looking too promising at all for Astralis here. They tried to force the issue towards middle. Taken down, Zipex and Glaive go without posting any sort of damage whatsoever. 5-on-3 now. Astralis still will have cash in the next round, but they want to at least make a dent here in round number 4.
Dupree patiently waiting. Will get rewarded with 1. Device now with the FAMAS. Trying to tap his way to the first kill. Gets it done. Going to flash himself into a second peek. Lands it and does a lot of damage too onto Twists. He's now set up Magisk perfectly for a potential clutch. And Magisk, that grenade could very well finalize onto Twists. It will. Downside though for Magisk, he's not able to make the most of it from heaven. So he's going to make the walk around into tree. Now Fly's waiting. It'll all come down to timing. He just spots Magisk. His shoulder protruding through the wall, and that's going to be the round done.
Great position from Nafly, I have to say. That's perfect. Like, How's Mages ever going to anticipate that? Like, you just wouldn't, would you? Just tucks himself right in the corner there, and nothing he can do. He always has information where Mages was. He's either coming from heaven, which he can look at, but if he comes towards CT spawn, check it every few seconds. You can't be spotted from that area. Every time he stands up, he's going to have an advantage, and Mages can take him down. But that's what Astralis wanted. They at least kept it competitive, brought it right down to the 1v1 in the end after looking pretty disastrous. Wallbang coming in from Device at the start, hits Twist down to 46. So that's not bad at all. Look at the strong buy and how Liquid have been effective in that previous round. Sure, they won the round, but 2 UMPs, Galil's a little boosty. Don't see that too often anymore.
Also, how they've been affected by what you mentioned, the aforementioned wallbang. Twist had the Galil, they switched across.
Yeah.
Nitro takes the Galil, Twist takes the UMP instead. Obviously, the inferior weapon. Having said that, though, still plenty of nades. All 5 players alive for Team Liquid. A must-needed round, though, especially after the collapse that was Overpass to start this off well. Give them the world of confidence. That being said, flashes are starting to land out onto A. Glaive trying to spray through the smoke. Not going to be able to get himself a kill, but Zipex will. No nades left for Liquid. They're going to have to go onto A right now. They're going to get the bomb planted, but there's still an incendiary. Couple of HEs, couple of kits for Astralis.
I'm not sure why Mages didn't actually drop the incendiary there. He could have tried to deny the plant. He had everything going for him, just didn't pull it in the end. Either way, still got the advantage, and the retake begins.
Icing on the cake that Dupree can find Nitro in transition. They do boost up onto Quad, and so, of course, Alicia's position is now compromised. It stands to reason the last player had been squeaky, especially as they've just seen the door close. And that's going to be the full defuse. Taco's going to see if he can take some players down with him. He's successful onto Dupree. Can he go any better? Yes, he can! Taco is doing some serious damage, but ultimately, it's going to be Astralis with the round win.
There it is. Well, it will be Taco saving the M4 over at least. They don't win the round, but the plant is there. And that actually enables them to buy up into this next round. Decent attempt from Team Liquid. They got the plant in. Maybe Astralis even let them with not even going for the incendiary play, but they win the round. Not as comfortably as they would like, though. Those 2 kills will be detrimental going forward. Device with the AWP this time. McGlaive to boost the player up in the vents. This could go wrong. They're going to be straight up rushing B, and the T's already in the back line. It's up to Glaive now. Can he find anything from this? He gets 2, but I think that will be it, and Team Liquid are well and truly inside the B bomb site.
But there's a gap in the smoke. This is allowing Device to tee off. Not able to get the second flick. That could have been the round done. Zipex, in the meanwhile, a player known for his clutching ability, comes out ahead in that trade. Twist is going to be bitterly disappointed he didn't get that done. Bomb still hasn't been planted, so this is going to allow the 2 CTs to dust themselves off and push in, united, in unison together. Unleash forced off the site. Molly on default. His day's surely numbered now that he's missed out on this magazine, and Zipex will lay him down. Astralis again. A round that looked like it was going to slip away.
Yeah.
They managed to clutch.
It's Twist with 3 kills, Evans. He gets behind Checkers, gets that first kill. Luckily, Glaive pulls 2 out of nowhere, and at least gave him a fighting chance at the retake, and Elige certainly made things uncomfortable. Here's that great play. You could see, to be fair, that's why it took so long. He ran out of bullets in the seas. I was like, how is Glaive getting kills here? So he gets the first ding, but missed the follow-up shot. If he kills him in those 2 bullets, that's round over. That would have been done, because Glaive gets nothing out of that play. But it's just those small little nuances in Counter-Strike that make it such a fun game. It's the tiny little variables that change absolutely everything. 1 bullet missed pretty much changed the round.
Like the gap in that smoke too,
Yeah,
the Device was
exactly.
able to tee off on. Just small differences make a huge collective effort come up short.
Well, they are eco now. The Eagles, no armor, no nades. 5-1 in favor of Astralis on the CT side of Cash here. Up against just pistols. 1 smoke from Nitro, and, well, Twist is now removed from the equation. Zipex with the AK-47 finds the first kill. Elige, I've got a feeling they're going to 1D here. Not quite. Marley falls back. That will be Dupree.
Didn't want to overstep the mark, but decides to go in all the same. The Deagle, surely the tool that's going to have to be implemented if Liquid want to pick up this round. Taco has 1 too. Magisk, in the meanwhile, just going to be chilling on highway box or just behind it. Dupree going to move around and leave Glaive by himself for a few moments before he turned back onto the site. Magisk onto Elige. And the pieces of the puzzle falling into place for Astralis for their 6th round. 35 seconds left. Molotov stopping the push through Checkers. And Dupree should be on for a couple of kills. It could be a third. There's Nitro just behind Taco, who took the bullet for him. Not able to get a second. 6-1 start.
Indeed, the 6-1 start, and Team Liquid feeling the pressure a bit here. So far, so good for Astralis, Vince. I doubted their prowess on Cash. To be fair, I've always criticized their T side on Cash. I think CT side has always been pretty solid. They obviously understand the fundamentals of a good CT side. I think it's a T side. Their defaults on Cash especially look a little bit on and off. Like, I've never been that happy with them. But this is a great idea from Device. Get boosted behind the smoke. Look for any players boosted up. He's in a great spot to get a kill here. 2 kills coming in. Hits the first, but decides to fall off. And it's going to be a conversion. Maybe the grenade coming in. It does! Device does manage to finish off Nitro. 4 on 3 now. Taco goes down. Another fantastic round by the looks of things by Astralis.
Excellent start. Love that boost. Unfortunate not to get the kill in the first time of asking, but capitalizes with the nade. Elysian Nafline, familiar territory now. This last map and a quarter has been all Astralis. Easy enough kill for Device. He's not going to miss that.
No, certainly not. Well, Elige, who's in a 1v3 before, will have to go one step further this time. 1 on 4. No nades, AK, no bomb. I think that paints a pretty grim picture for his chances here. He'll look towards the vent, just hoping CTs make the first mistake.
And that's really the only way he gets back into this round. If Astralis make a Herculean throw, he's being starved out. Molly in front of him. You know roughly where he is. There's a nade. Gonna peek out Glaive and just double peek him. A few extra rounds in the corpse just to make sure he's dead. And a solid start for Astralis.
Why not? Make sure, Michael just a bit of utility, but let's eradicate any chance he's got to find some picks. Grenade on his face, lock him in with the incendiary, player in the vent, peek him together, no chance. And that's very well played by Astralis. Tactical pause coming in from Team Liquid here. No one really brought much to the table as of yet. 1 round in total, and I think that's when they were up against the SMGs, the MP9s, the UMPs, the bonus round we've been calling it. They haven't really been able to do much. There's Elige. A lot of people call him the best player from the North American region. We'll see if he can pull this one back. They'll take another partial buy here, Vince. Round number 9. CZs, Deagles, and just 1 smoke, 1 flashbang. Looks like a B-rush.
It does. It certainly does. Will Device get overwhelmed? That's a slow peek, but the flashbang deters him. Goes back in for seconds. It was looking like it could be a 2-for-1. Does land a 1 dig onto Taco, which is going to keep the odds evened for the time being. Glaive with a HE in hand can toss that onto the site. Could do quite a bit of damage to Elige. Looks like it could land on his head. There we have it. 40 hit points disintegrate. And there's more nades to follow it up, but he's somehow dodging them enough to survive. And he has the AWP. We discussed this before. It doesn't matter if he's got 13 or 100. If he connects a shot, it's likely to be a kill. So this round,
one more grenade.
Not over just yet. They've got 2 incendiaries left. Oh my goodness. Elige trying to dance on an island of fire at this point, but still landing shots. There it is onto Magisk and also Glaive. And Zipex moves on to the ruins of B site just in time to see the bomb explode. Liquid with a second.
Well, there it is. Sometimes the B-rush, Vince, that's all you need. To be fair, they were quite smart with that. 1 flashbang just makes things uncomfortable enough for Device to pull the trigger, then they go around the corner. He doesn't get a kill initially. If he gets that first kill, that's when he shuts it right down. He'll hit the first shot, and then has time to set up the second one. He probably gets 3 kills, maybe 4. And in fact, he missed the first shot. He gets 1 awkward AWP kill. They're very close range at that point. He can't even pull out the AWP again. Desert Eagle comes out. Sure, he gets a nice 1 dig, but his teammate's already dead. He goes down, all picked up, and Elige doesn't even have to be a flashy AWP at that point. He saw him miss 2 or 3 shots, but then got himself in position when the retake was awkward. The grenades didn't take him down. Hit the ones that really mattered, and it's the second round for Team Liquid there. They're back on the board and maybe back in this game. It's not too late yet.
Astralis, their finances are struggling. They're going into a bit of a downturn. Liquid, they could pull this back. Fire used to open up mid. Device going to get boosted up once more. Can see players. That's a beautiful shot onto Nitro.
Yeah, very nice boost. It came into the play because obviously that smoke towards Connect is so prevalent and so useful for a lot of teams. Just boosting behind it, it's a one-way smoke. You can't really see it. I'm sure if you double scope and you can maybe see the head, but ultimately the teams getting up there don't really have a chance. If you can shut it down like that and just get one kill, fall back, you've taken them out of the mid area. They'll be falling back here and trying to work out how they penetrate this position. Glaive. He'll just be tentatively watching middle, not overcommitting, just using the shoulder peek here just to get information towards boost. And indeed middle, just checking towards highway, making sure no one snuck up in the time he wasn't looking. He's confirmed as clear. Smoke towards highway, top of it. There it is.
Twist now going to make a move alongside Taco in Squeaky. Opens the door just in time for the nade to come sailing in. But Twist is going to cut off the head of Device. 20 seconds now. Bomb starting to make a move towards the site. So many bullets going through the smoke, and they are landing, but not enough to silence any of these players. With 12 seconds left on the timer, Bomb does go down. Now it's all about the retake. It's all about Liquid holding their nerve. They need this round. It would put Astralis into a poor position. And so far, they're doing a pretty decent job. Nafly was one, but now Dupree answers back with two of his own. Twists. This is the one-and-done sort of situation, but he's picked up a second one. They're picking him one by one, but he's going to have to come down to Glaive, and he gets it done. To make matters worse for Twist, he only had 6 bullets anyway. And it's going to be Astralis getting an 8th round.
Valiant attempt from Twist there. He had a quiet game in the second, but decent attempt. He gets 2, but it's just too much of a stretch to get 3. Low HP, running out of bullets. There's only so much a man can do. And Mr. Van Dolken will have to let that one slip by. And it will be 8-2. And in terms of the overall money, it's still okay for Liquid. I think they might have taken another partial buy here. They've got Nafly on $6,200, about 3K for everyone else, though. So what's the play? I would say go for Deagle Armor, maybe some smokes, and see what's possible. But the thing is, maybe can't even invest that much because the loss bonus only at the first stage at this point.
I wonder if later in this half, as a way to counteract that boost that we've seen from Device, if we start to see Liquid pummel connected with HEs, throw 2 or 3 HEs in there to try and get rid of it.
Yeah, or if you know he's going to boost behind it, you could just smoke it and just go straight towards B, something like that, knowing the 2 players are locked in that position. There's something like that. It's only so long that boost can work out for. But yeah, certainly it can be countered to spraying the smoke as well from the actual main entrance of middle. We'll see. I don't think we'll be seeing any smokes this round. 4 towards the door. Are they just straight up rushing it? It looks like that might be the case. They haven't really got much utility, and Zipex only has an MP9. He's let them in.
Yeah, and using the MP9 at range is never normally a good trait to do, but hey, he's picked up 2 kills, so shush me. Being said, the bomb has been planted, and really that's all Liquid were looking for. Anything from now would be a nice bonus on top. Taco, Nafly, both with P250. That's a hell of a headshot onto Dupree. Can Taco go one better? No. Nafly close range to P250. This is where it can really do punishment. Really good round, all things considered, by Liquid. They had very little invested in. They get a bomb plant, they get 3 kills.
That's not bad at all, is it? All things considered, in the context of that particular round, the fact they get 3 kills and a bomb, that's money coming to this round and guarantees a full buy. And they keep Astralis at least on some sort of a leash. They keep them at an arm's length, knowing that their money's not going to be swelling out of control right now. They can kind of be rest assured that Astralis won't take any massive risks going into this round. You can see after the reinvestments, around 2K per player, even a bit less in some cases. As we get into round number 12, the bookend of the first half, Vince. All for Device, not the same story for Liquid. Obviously don't need one. I don't think this is the counter to that mid stack. Just go faster towards middle and shut them out of the round and don't focus on the boost.
Can Liquid do anything with this aggression into mid? It does open up some more opportunities.
He's broke the server.
Onto Nafly. The
What's
shot
he done?
was that good.
Just had a meltdown.
I do hope that wasn't just on our preview screen. Everyone's like, what are they talking about? They got mad.
We have, but I think that happened. I think that was real. Either way, 5-on-4. You could see even Nafly was waiting for that push to come in, but the AWP always going to best the AK, or most of the time at least.
So many nades for Astralis to play with, though. 3 incendiaries. They got a couple of nades in terms of HEs, then plenty of flashbangs. 2 mollies for Team Liquid. Starting to make a move over onto the B side of the map. Going to be joined by Twist, who originally was watching for the flank. Device, though, once again primed, ready to strike with his AWP. Eagle Eye out towards the sunroom, decides better of it at the last moment, baiting in for Dupree to get 1 kill. The call's going to come through, the rest of the team will start to rotate. There's not enough time for Liquid to get the hell out of here and go towards B, and it's going to be playing into Device, who will oblige in kind with a 3K. Pat on the back for him, 10-2 already.
That was super smooth from Device. Like, he had full control of that situation, right? Never in a doubt that he was going to hit those shots, jumping for information, working out where they are, eradicating risk with that incendiary towards main entrance, funneling them through checkers. This is absolutely beautiful. Let's just have a look at this right now. He already spotted the Molotov from Taka being thrown, jumps up, spots Elige, just shuts it all down. Like, there was no ever chance they were even going to break down the defense at all of him playing like that. Very, very well done from Device. Another eco for Liquid, unfortunately. This isn't really building up to be the map I said it was.
These things happen sometimes, Henry, unfortunately, and Overpass was one of those cases. Maybe, as you highlighted, T-side will be the Achilles heel of Astralis.
I hope so.
Jisk is going to try and put this to bed before Liquid have any chance to get some rounds together on this half. Zipex getting his toes a bit toasty, but goes back in for the kill all the same.
Easy twists, is that, please? The C said, I need this. Got a few shots off, but unfortunately couldn't find the killing blow. 11-2, another bye for Liquid. These rounds have to come in, Vince. 32 just won't be good enough. 11-4, I still see a world where they can win this map, but 13-2, not so much. It's going to be down to Zeus, who's called the timeout again. One of the most decorated and successful coaches of all time. He was part of the Luminosity and indeed SK lineup that won the majors a couple of years ago. Left to join Team Liquid, and they managed to win the Summit in January. That was when Steel was still in the lineup. That was a great victory for them just after Cloud9 won the major. So it was great to see North America really rise to prominence in that particular month or so. That was a lot of fun. It's been a bit quiet since then. A lot of lineup changes, especially Cloud9, not looking as strong as it once were, but this event has been particularly good for them. I've been impressed with what they've been bringing to the table. I think they're in actually a shout of winning the thing. I'm going to say that. I think Cloud9 have looked pretty solid. But either way, round 14. We'll have a look as to whether Team Liquid can put anything else on the board. AKs again. Glaive to be challenged with the fast play towards middle. Oh my goodness, he's stuck behind him, Vince. This could be everything. Glaive to come out of the smoke and emerge what I thought would be victorious, but he's not committing.
The bamboozle is about to become real. Twist's like, what? Bruh, how have I died from there?
How's that happened?
Why is this my life?
Yeah, that's insane. Okay, well, I was hoping he'd just go in and sneak back out with them, be part of the crew, the double agent, and take them all down. But still 4-2. Not the player I wanted, but still looks like it'll be a successful one all the same.
That's got to sting even more for Liquid to lose this round potentially in such a way. Great play by Glaive, though, who just spins around on a pivot.
Rex. Oh, Glaive, that's a sick round from him. Very well done. Like, kept cool under the pressure. All those smokes and flashbangs coming in. Sneaks in the smoke. Like Batman himself comes out, goes to the big spray down, and that shot toward the Vengeance. That was quite special. Nafly is going to be feeling that one in the morning.
And this is the Astralis that we really haven't seen too much lately.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. They seem capable of winning tournaments. This form we're seeing today, this is an Astralis that can win championships.
Especially as this such a period of flux for so many teams at the top level at this point.
It's the maddest point I think we've ever had in CSGO in terms of like how many big teams we have, how much money is being thrown around with transfers. It's bizarre. You know, it's a really strange time with CSGO. So many events, no time to practice, brand new lineups, and it's very interesting to watch the fireworks and the meltdowns go on, but I want to see some consistency. I want to see these big names come back. Astralis need to be relevant again. As the grenades come in, Magus looks to spray them down. He'll get one. Glaive will back him up, and this round looks like it will be confirming the fact it's going to be a 13-2, even more so now.
Taco on Nafly. I've got to pull out one hell of a play from their sleeve if they want to ruin that scoreline. Nafly with one. Denied by the Molotov. Looking for a second. He's going to take more damage than he gives out, though, from the container. And Device will pick up the rest. 13-2. And already Astralis have 1 foot across the finish line.
Yeah, they certainly do. That's a nice way to put it. And Liquid need to pull themselves out the starting blocks at this point. It hasn't really gone to plan. This is the map we thought they would be having the convincing scoreline, and Astralis would be on the chase. But I did mention it. The only weaknesses I've seen in the cash side for Astralis is their T default. That's when they struggle. We might even get that far. If they win the pistol and go for 6 out of 6 pistols, it's over, as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly.
Liquid haven't posted a single pistol in this best of 3. This is the 3rd map. 5 out of 5, like we said, for Astralis.
Plus, there's a few more variables in that as well. You know, seeing Astralis before seeming quite lackluster from the T side.
Yeah.
Magiska's just joined them recently. Plus, they're against Liquid, who have Taco. So this adds a few more elements into the equation.
Yeah. Everyone's just as hindered as the other, you know. They all can say, oh, we just got to play. Well, so did they.
Yep.
But to be fair, this is a lot more fresh. I'll give them that. Like Taco, like we said, only played allegedly 5 days with them. Maybe a bit more before, who knows. As we'll get into a very important pistol hit. 13-2. Last half of the evening, 5 sets of armor for Team Liquid. They need this desperately. As Astralis will be going towards I'd assume a smoke on the left-hand side of the site. 1 in front of Forklift to block up vision from Highway. Flashes in. Nitro goes to the jump peak. Normally very safe. You're unlikely to die doing that. He'll look towards the door. He can hear the footsteps. He knows what's coming. Can he do anything about it? There's the smoke towards Highway. Second one to be deployed on the site, I would say. Not just yet, going to be using the postmark perhaps.
He's drifting out on the shots, and Magisk will punish him in the worst possible way, alleviating him off the server for the time being. Glaive goes in for a kill as well.
No kits, Fins. This is going to be very difficult now for Team Liquid. They need quick kills, but they're getting quick deaths instead.
Now flying Nitro. Can they bounce back? Can they make a go of this? It's looking like a resounding no as Dupree and Device both come in for kills. You can see how happy Astralis are about this. Want to just finish it off quick. Very disappointed after the Mirage come back into a derailment. And since then, it's been one-way traffic.
I want Sonic to be happy with my performances. I wanted someone to hit me on the back like that and smile the way he does. It looks so loving. It really would make me happy. But it's only Astralis that'll be getting that today, I'm afraid. 14-2. And Device at the very top, 19 kills, only died 4 times. That's pretty insane, isn't it?
The other insane thing here is the kill spread between top and bottom of Astralis is 6 kills. Everyone has over 13 kills.
Well, no surprise, really, considering the great team effort they've been putting in. And these sort of numbers, it would be no surprise that they are operating at maximum efficiency.
The Liquid back into familiar territory with CZs and a Deagle on a force.
They'll win this one.
I wouldn't put it past them, the way that Counter-Strike currently is. I certainly wouldn't. What I would say, though, is Astralis have been fragging remarkably well, and Dupree, again, on a pivot, just destroying, cleaning up the A site, going up for Device, and he'll knock him down. 13 match points now for Astralis.
And the money's completely destroyed. That was the force buy as well. Oh, dear. Series points. Astralis almost guaranteed to be in the quarterfinals at this point. Like you said, loser. Playing Gambit tomorrow, we think.
I believe it's Gambit, yeah.
Okay. No one has confirmed for us, so we'll just go with that.
We'll just assume that's correct.
Yeah, and CZ's come out in full force, of course. 13 match points. Not looking too good.
Not too hot. Not too hot.
Take it away, Vince.
Sure. I think it might be brief. I think it might be a quick one, but the CZs, once again, Liquid hoping they can spring something out of this. Okay, there we go. They've got the first kill. That's the first step of many required, and they are going to trade across with a second, but Magisk instantly back onto Taco. Downside is he's only got 9 health. He's being smashed up from the site. That Molotov could very well silence Nitro, who jumps into the smoke. Has been spotted by Glaive. He knows he's in the corner. Wants to smoke off CT before he peeks this. Very nearly gets that frag. Magisk comes in instead, and it is going to be CT peeking out. They're trying to use the number advantage, Liquid, here.
Bit of
just
flames.
Overwhelming. Yeah, it's a weird visual. Just flames protruding out of the smoke. And now Zipex is going to get caught from behind. So it looks like Liquid will delay the victory just a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think that's a very appropriate word of delay. It doesn't feel like that's going to be significant. But they're still laughing, which is good news. If you don't laugh sometimes, then you'll cry. That's what I've always said.
Absolutely. This is definitely one of those situations, I feel. Although, at the same time, yeah, you're probably losing. You're not out the tournament, though.
Exactly. That's the main thing. If anything, it could be beneficial for Liquid just to get some more hours under the belt in this environment and play another decent team who you'd probably favor them quite heavily against, the likes of Gambit, right? Just to get kind of used to some of the problems they've had tonight, go over some demos and work out how they can rectify some of that and actually have some time to rebuild, you know? That could actually be, in some ways, beneficial. I don't think I've said that before. Losing a game can be beneficial.
I love the optimism.
It's a bit of a reach, you know. I'm trying my best there. Trying to find some storylines.
You got to look for some positives because the last 2 maps have been stomps.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Indeed.
I don't use that word lightly.
You learn the most from your losses. Jokes aside is the point I'm making. You can take a lot away from that and say, why did this round go like this? Why couldn't we get into this game? You can watch those demos back, have the support team around you. You know, Liquid have definitely got a lot of support with their team here. Great organization. As Glaive will try and finish things off. Here we go. The final commitment towards A might not be enough. Twist gets 1. Zipex in position to find more. Bertolini shuts him down. It looks like Liquid will keep their head above water for a little bit longer.
Or will they? Device may be able to submerge them once again. Starve them of oxygen. He's got time as well. He could play some mind games. He's found himself Nafly. He's only 1 bullet away from death on 10. Now that he's been spotted, any bamboozlement will have to play second fiddle to this bomb plant. Flash and smoke over towards Highway. He spots more players and he's going to get the frag. He's on 1 health. Here's the 1 HP Dream Real once more. He's picked up 3 kills. Taco, huge advantage in terms of HP, but he's about to get pushed. The Device is going to get it done. As statuesque Taco will get punished. And 16-3 will be the score.
Well, we didn't get the 3rd map we wanted, Vince. We didn't get the epic affair, but we did get a very good performance by Astralis. You pointed it out, great collective effort. Every player on that team firing on all cylinders, showing us this team still has potential to win championships. That's the form we want to see from them, and that's what we want to see continue throughout the tournament here. It's about time they showed up and got deep into a tournament, and maybe even a grand final. Hopefully, we see more of that from them.
Well, off that performance, I would say that they definitely could go to the finals.
Yeah, I think so. That was very good indeed. And Liquid, they do stay in the tournament. We just need to reiterate that one more time for anyone just joining the broadcast, maybe saw what is about to happen. That was the match where Astralis now go to the quarterfinals. They're locked in. They don't have to play tomorrow. We have our loser games tomorrow to work out who the rest of the quarterfinals will be. We think it's Gambit that's Liquid will be playing against. And we said it. In some ways, maybe that will be a way for them to kind of work out the kinks they've got so far in the setup. Obviously, a couple of maps need a bit of work.
Definitely, especially Mirage. But that's enough from us tonight. Henry, we're going to head back to the desk and let those guys break down that best of 3.
You're still trying to work out what kinks you have, aren't you, Henry?
Oh, you know me so well.
That could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, they faded him down. They were like, oh, God! Get that mic down! Yes. Hello, welcome back to the Analyst Desk. And I'm joined by 2 beautiful human beings who will be hopefully explaining that series a bit better to you. And I think my biggest initial, very much an emotionally driven reaction is Astralis are looking good. Like, Cash is in particular, they just look so well drilled. Like the boosts, there was nade executions, it was smooth as butter. And against Liquid are no slouches. 16 threes in 2 maps back to back.
That's 2 pantsings in a row, Alex. In Australia, we call them pantsings. But yeah, you got to take your trousers off and run around the pool table. Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
cool.
Anyway, you're right. They looked very decisive, especially in that last map. Right, every decision that they were making, boosting over smokes, they were making all of the right calls, all of the right reads. And I think when you're playing a brand of Counter-Strike, which is assertive as opposed to just reacting to what Liquid are doing, you're always going to be the one who are setting the pace, and that's what they were doing.
I have a cliched question for you, Sean. Yeah. Was this Astralis playing well or Liquid playing poorly?
I think Astralis is playing really well. I think Liquid saw a lot of scenarios that they haven't run into in the past, like really strong retakes of the A bomb site on Cash, nade retakes on the B bomb site, always boosting over the Z smoked when they take mid. They couldn't find a comfort zone on Cash. And I mean, the same thing went for Overpass as well.
It was kind of crazy because you saw Liquid doing very clear drilled like mid control takes, like as in double boosting, molly close, 2 flashes, the smoke Z, everything's right. And Astralis still are making them uncomfortable. It was very hard to watch.
I think if you were intermittently watching that game, every second or third round, it felt that when you were looking up, that Liquid had pistols, right? It felt like
That's
in that
fair,
first half
yeah.
that they weren't doing a lot of force buys or mix buys, and that probably comes into the rounds not being close, because if you're not getting into the bomb site, you're not getting the bomb down, you're not getting that extra bit of cash flow. Even the kills weren't really flowing their way in a huge way in that last map.
Yeah.
Overpass, though, I thought was really cool. The T-side coming out from Astralis, they had some unique things, and they have their BXQ, which I have basically done to death, but they had a variation of that, which was pretty sweet to see. I like the fact that they're continuing to innovate.
So I guess what we have learned from this series is not only are Astralis looking good, Liquid's Mirage is strong, because we can't, I mean, if we're assuming the same Astralis we're playing the first map, right, Sean? So
yes.
we take a look at the stats for nice and quickly. We do have an interview lined up, so before you start tuning out, don't forget you get to hear from one of the successful Danes. And actually, as you glance at the scoreboard, I'd like to know if there's anything jumping off the page to you, Chad.
Well,
Magic's performing is actually a really positive sign.
Yeah, and that was on the first map. He was leading his team by probably about, I guess, 9 or 10 kills in the later stages of that game, and then they lost that meltdown 2-on-5 scenario, and Liquid were able to steal that one away. That could have been done in 2 maps, really, when you think about it. But yeah, Glaive, for me, I think, the entry fragging capabilities from him was a lot. He was doing a lot of entry fragging.
He looked fantastic, he really did. And I just wanted to kind of take note of Taco as well, trying to see how he's integrating into the team, because in the same way, admittedly, different circumstances, the way we've seen Exist get more and more comfortable, the number has gone up. Admittedly, it's not
going to take
time.
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 I'm fed up with talking about it, but it's going to take
I hate
time.
that word, really do. Maybe it's time for an interview. I don't know if they've managed to grab a Dane just yet, but word on the street is we're going to be hearing from him. Here he is, Device. Hello, congratulations.
Hello, hello.
You got yourself to the quarterfinals. It must be a nice little sigh of relief.
Of course. It was the first goal we had for this tournament, and we already reached it, so we're just happy that we are that far.
Yeah, smashed it, and I'm sure you're going to be looking forward to that day off in the sun as well tomorrow in Marseille. But let's get to talk about some Counter-Strike. First of all, you guys are looking like tip-top shape. You seem to have really... how long has it taken for you guys to be comfortable with Magisk in the roster?
Yeah, we feel really good right now. I think the first 2 events for us were SLTV and Katowice, and it was kind of like a learning phase for us, which position should Magisk play and how should we play as a team. When we came home and boot camped it and played online afterwards, we've been looking really strong and feeling really confident as well. So it took some time, but I feel like we are settling really well.
Yeah, I think you guys played fantastically well there, and those last 2 games were blowouts, but I want to reflect on the negative, unfortunately. When you guys lost that 2v5, what were you guys saying? Because even Zonic looked like he had no words at the end of that game.
Zonic looked scared.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, all right, on to the next one?
I think, in all honesty, we played really well on Mirage. I think it's one of Liquid's strong maps, so we're pretty happy getting 14 rounds in the situations we were in. Obviously, we should have brought it to overtime, but that has happened for us, I guess, a lot of times. So we just look forward to playing on our own map, Overpass. We had a lot of new things we wanted to show. We practiced a lot, so we were not taking it that heavy. Obviously, right after you lose the round, you're really frustrated, but it takes like 2 minutes to reset, and then you're ready.
Yeah, so you kind of bled into my question, actually. So what was the team environment like after that loss? I mean, you guys seemed to bounce back really well. You guys remained really confident, obviously going into Overpass, knowing that it was kind of your pocket pick.
Yeah, for sure. Overpass, we would pick the Overpass and Nuke, so any of those maps we would feel really comfortable on, and we knew that we are going into our own map now, and there was no pressure on us in some way, and we just played to our own game plan.
Absolutely, and I guess you can have one final question, Chad.
So just one quick one. You mentioned new things on Overpass, and I think we saw a little bit on Cache as well, but is that to do with the HE grenades, the usage of that? You had that, it's like the double stack in sewer towards the B site, use that over there on Overpass, and then you had lots of nade usage, HEs especially, retaking B on Cache.
Yeah, we have focused a lot on the utility, especially as T, actually. You saw it on Overpass, not so much on Cache, but yeah, it's been a thing we've wanted to show for a long time, and we'll continue to show how it works real good later in the tournament. I didn't really experience it that much. I think I got 5 kills in Overpass, so my team carried me through that. In all honesty, it's the weirdest Overpass game I ever played, but yeah, I'm just happy that we're here. Okay, now I was going to say that was the last question, but now I have to ask a follow-up. What made it so weird for you? Is it what your team were up to, or was it just Liquid kind of making you uncomfortable? No, for me, I didn't even die that much, to be honest. I had it up, I was just holding the long push. We anti-threaded them, and it looked like they pushed long a lot of times, but in all honesty, I was just holding an angle. And then the other guys just got entries, and they got entries and entries, and I was just rotating around all the time. Nightmare. But no, it was pretty fun, actually, to get carried. I mean, like, it was a good feeling.
I bet it is, actually. You just see that round number going up, you're like, this is going all right.
Exactly.
All right, dude. I'll let you go and go enjoy that day off tomorrow as well.
Thank you so much.
Astralis in the quarterfinals here for the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters Marseille. And talking of those HE grenades, it was something that caught both of your eye. Now, I think you have an example for us, Sean, just so we can see how they would, attempting to put it into action.
Yeah, I do. So this is when the score is 8-0. This is actually the first round that Astralis lost, shockingly. So what we're going to see is them take control of this short water area right here, right? And in previous executes, like Chad was saying, they molly back in Graffiti. So they've conditioned Liquid to not play in that area once they take short B control, right? So you can see Glaive actually is going to work up through connector, molly the stairs, and that protects these guys as they come in short B with the flash that was just thrown. Okay, so kind of fast forwarding a little bit, we're going to see them gather, you know, towards the corner of short B. Zip is going to come in as well with Glaive. Device is holding A control right now to mainly keep 2 players towards the A bomb site, potentially even pull a 3rd guy, which he doesn't because he actually ends up getting knifed. But you can see they're lining up these nades right now, and the goals of their nades is actually to blow up a guy here, and I think where Taco is standing, but they missed the grenades. So these nades actually should have probably taken out Taco, but what happens is they bank off of this wall. Taco lucks out, and ultimately it probably wins Liquid the round, the fact that he didn't die to those grenades, because they're trying to take out the support player on the B-bomb site and then single out Twist on this right side of Monster, and it just couldn't happen.
Dude, that's actually really scary. I mean, it's kind of... It's always down to Astralis to start innovating with everything on Overpass, but that's a new one.
We talk about teams doing the homework and looking for tendencies. That's a position that Taco has played even in SK days, right? So you know that's a place that he's comfortable looking at, and that's something that they look to exploit. And obviously when they've gone in there, they don't think they've realized the nades have missed, obviously, because that's a position which kind of crushed them entering that side. If things had gone differently, it could have been 9-0. It could have been a 16-0, Alex.
No, absolutely. And I'm also, I have to kind of give a word of appreciation to the fact that Astralis are doing that here in a admittedly an important game, but you know, there's semi-finals and grand finals around the corner. To be willing to kind of just show what you've been working on, to put it into practice in an official environment, I think that's really that's a good sign of things to come for them.
And it's actually crazy that they had such layers to that round that they had an execute planned seconds later. You know, like the round didn't end after those HE nades. That was a quarter of the round.
Which I'm sure you're getting all nerdy about. You're just like, God damn, that's good. And we're going to continue to get nerdy because... Okay, well, we're calming down. Let's take a look at some of the top 5 plays of the day. It's one of my favorite bits. It will certainly get you guys excited. Up at number 5, it's from that Fnatic Na'Vi game. Crims with this 4K. This was actually a huge swing round for Fnatic. Bringing this one back in, even shooting someone through his teammate's leg.
Yeah, no mercy there. You got to get the kill, Alex. That's what it's all about. But
This
Crims,
third one.
Oof. Pivotal factor for Fnatic as per the usual.
Up at number 4, we're going to NIP versus Mouse, and it's Mr. Dennis, I believe. It does look like it's actually going to be Get Right, so they lied to me.
No, it's okay. Sometimes people tell fibs. They're white lies, and it's more exciting. But Get Right was a huge factor in this match, especially towards that inner bomb side.
Yeah, and you could tell Mouse actually had a lot of strategies going towards the inner site. Maybe they were trying to pick on Get Right a little bit, and he did an excellent job of holding his own throughout the entire match.
Yes, now I do believe we get to see Dennis this time, if I'm not mistaken. Here he is, so same map, and this time you can see him using that 5-7 of all things to actually go ahead and rip Mouse Sports apart.
I'm not happy with that. Where's the CZ at?
That's what I'm saying.
If we should have a game of Counter-Strike where the pros only buy CZs. No one's allowed to buy anything more, and see how it plays out.
Yeah, well, this one played out superbly. Watch this one. Nico's, what was essentially a 1v4 with the molly kill at the start, but he just outgamed them.
I think he had only 8 bullets in that corner.
Damn.
Really? The most impressive bit about that is just the poise for that second last kill on automatic, right? Like, he doesn't panic spam, and that's normally what most people would go to, but finishes off.
Yeah, and this one, no surprises who's turned up today. It was Simple with a spectacular 1v3. Indeed, made it look simple versus Fnatic. You can see them just getting shredded 1 by 1. This last frag feels like a gamble to most people. I'm pretty sure he knew that he had that frag. Me, I'm just sitting there like, it's in there somewhere.
It was down to the wire, though. That's the thing, right? And Crims played that very well, that one. Well, I guess being stuck in the one-on-one, but whatever.
Yes, and indeed, I was handed this magical card, which just before we say goodbye, just before we end our evening, I turn to you guys. I'm going to be picking your brain. Now, I just want to kind of just have a quick chat about who you think is right now a candidate for tournament MVP. It's been 2 days. I know we haven't seen every game. We had a secondary stream, but just names that perhaps would be at the tip of your tongue as the conversation continues.
Can I do the cop-out response?
Go on then.
Simple.
All right. Well, you took the easy one. You did take the easy one.
Thief.
Sorry.
I was going to say simple as well.
Sean?
You can have simple too.
I'll take simple as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's really hard to argue with that one. Na'Vi did manage to put up a spectacular performance today. No one expected to see that result, just seeing Na'Vi in the quarterfinals already. That's right, they've got a day off tomorrow, and we'll be seeing them on the stage, and you can too if you go ahead and grab tickets. Nice and easy to do so, DreamHack.com. You'll find all the information you need there. And that MVP is presented by Hacks. That's what's going to be going on a little later on at the end of the tournament. From us all here, though, good night, and a big thank you to our sponsors, of course, CORSAIR and Monster, for making this possible. Tomorrow's matches coming up after, well, hopefully 8 hours sleep. I can't guarantee it. We have none other than, this is today's results. There's tomorrow's matches. FaZe Envy, Mouse SK, Fnatic Renegades, and you get Liquid Gambit to round it out.
Could be some quick ones tomorrow, Alex.
It does look a bit stompy.
That's the way I like it.
Stompy. I'm getting a stompy vibe from tomorrow.
Well, if you like to see teams getting absolutely roasted.
Cream crackered.
I was getting...
God, we've got so many. We're like a thesaurus this evening. I'm loving it. Anyway, some would say schedule fans around the world. Either way, I say good night. Thank you so much for joining us here for the none other than the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters. See you tomorrow.
The Digital Pass, your exclusive way to explore the